Hey. Check. Everybody doing all right? All right. Those online, come on. We're going to start in about 3 to 5 minutes. As soon as Colonel Joe decides which piece of chicken he wants, we're going to start. While we're waiting to get started, Dr. Jackson came up with a great idea. So you can let people know in your neighborhood, these are yard signs, and they are $20 a piece, and I don't see many of them left. I'm sorry, it's Clayton's idea. And Dr. Jackson executed it, teamwork. But it's green on one side, orange on the other side, $20 a piece, and it's another one that's, I think all the rattlers in the house are gone, right? So if you're online, don't even worry about it. Next week we'll find. I know the questions in the comments gonna be, how can you get one? We won't have any left because it was 2 rows of it. It's just a little bit few left. But make sure you get your yard sign. It's got the 220 logo on there. It's just $20. And you can let everybody in your neighborhood know the team you support. All right. First things first, next week, the bus trip to Atlanta. Free. It is, bus and game ticket is just $175 if you're a booster. If you're non-booster, it's $200. And if you want just the ride to Atlanta and back, it's $125. Is that right? If you want to just ride to Atlanta and back, if you already bought your ticket, it's just $125. Gonna leave in the morning, go to the game, and the bus will bring you back after the game. So that's next week for the Georgia Football Classic against Mississippi Valley. Y'all know we owe Mississippi Valley one. We owe Mississippi Valley, so we can't wait. 8 a.m. departure from Bragg Stadium. If you need information, come see me. You can scan this code, or if you're online, you can call 448-488-5920. 448-488-5920. If you want to catch the bus from Tallahassee to Atlanta for next week's Georgia Football Classic. All right. I want to thank, before we get started, I want to thank Ms. Hadley and Dr. Walker, last week they contributed to the iPads that we're about to buy for softball. Anybody else, today is the last day if you want to contribute to the iPads we are buying for softball. We need to get Coach Bill those ASAP. Also, we got to thank Jarvis Rozier, $100 for nutrition. Thank you. And also, we got to thank Miss Nora James. Miss Nora James went and bought some snacks and some muscle milk and had it delivered today. So we're going to drop that off. Remember, you always can do that if you want to bring some items, and we'll take those. So thank you, Ms. James, for your contribution to our student athletes. Friday, once again, is the FAMU Sports Hall of Fame, 15 new members. Let me see, I see one. I see 6 Hall of Famers in the building. All the FAMU Sports Hall of Famers, please stand. Big Daddy's standing in line. He's one. Stay in line, Big Daddy. Oh, no, I undercounted. There are 8 in here. All right, we welcome the new class this Friday. That is at 7 p.m. at Jake Gaither Gym. Sure to be a great occasion. And without further ado, I'd like to bring up from the Rattler Boosters, Mr. Selvin Cobb.
Hello, fellow Rattlers. For all those that's online, Mr. Curry, he's not here today. But Mr. Curry, we understand that you're undergoing some weather, a little difficulty, and you're not able to be with us. So we just want to make sure. I saw your wife at Publix. That's why I'm mentioning your name today. But I told her to tell you I said hello. And for all those other Rattlers that's at home, we just like to say hello. And if you are not, you're in the city and you want to come out and join us, please come out. This is a great time. You get a chance to see a lot of old friends here. Okay, we have some special, okay, old, I'm old too. I'll be 75 next month. And we got some, I see Zach is busy eating. So he says, no, he's not. Okay, so, but at first, we're gonna have Colonel Joe. He's busy eating too, but he's gonna stop as well because he had some wares to sell. Or you want me to go ahead and do that? You want to go? Okay, he's coming. All right, do it from right here.
Good afternoon, everybody. I have some items for sale up here. The first one is a pouch. This pouch is made, it's white with FAMU written on it, and black ones make a nice thing to hold your pens, and the funds go into our programs that go to our athletic program. Now you have to watch the math on those. They are $3 each, or you get 3 for $6. So we got to watch that math. Okay, they're $3 a piece, but if you get 3 of them, you'll do it for $6, or maybe even 5. We're doing some bargaining. This is a manicure set. These manicure sets, one is orange and one is green, and these are $10 a piece. They're very, very nice, and you can take them home and give them to somebody. And again, the money goes for us to give to our organizations. These are pens. We have orange ones and we have green ones. Watch the math again. They are $1 a piece, or you get 6 for $5. And I'll be right over here after the program's over, and I'll be glad to give you some. Thank you very much.
Zach?
Thank you again, ladies and gentlemen. That basket is too heavy for me to move from over there to over here. So I think that you all have seen it enough in the last 4 or 5 weeks. That's close to $450 worth of Rattler paraphernalia, including megaphones and seats and rugs for the bathroom and flags for the car and shakers. I mean, just a whole plethora of things. So we're asking that this week is the last week prior to our drawing. We are going to have the drawing for this $10 raffle basket next Wednesday here at the 220 Club. And yes, I still have some tickets. Please, if you haven't purchased one, again, all these proceeds are going to both the FAMU Rattler Boosters and the 220 Club. And we're asking that everybody in here buy at least one ticket. And I know the folks that haven't bought one. So walk by and I'm gonna look you right in your eyeballs. And I'm gonna ask you to give us $10. Thank you very much. And go Rattles.
Okay, we have, 220 polo shirt, white. Oh, I'm sorry, it's already sold. Okay. We have a contribution from our last victory online. We got your contribution, so we want to thank you. Again, we were off this week, so the score is 0. We didn't score any points last week. Coach may have some points that he may want to give, but we didn't score any points for last week. But I just want to remind you that for every point that we score, we will contribute $1 for each point that we score, and we will contribute that to the nutrition program. Okay? All right. On last week, we were telling you about our election, the Rattler Boosters. The Rattler Boosters organization elected 4 new board members. And one of them is, I think I saw Vicky here earlier. Maybe she's gone. Okay. We do have one here. Vicky Mies Johnson. She's here with us today. She's one of our new board members. We have Bernie Randolph. We have Lakeisha Kinder. Lakeisha Kinder, she's from down Miami. And we have Howard Haley. I think that's it. Howard Haley. He's from I think Howard is from Dallas. He's from Dallas. So those are our 4 new board members. So we'd like to thank you all that participated. But one of the things that we do have is that when you fill out anything for Raffle Boosters in particular, if we don't have your current email address, that's very important because of the price of United States Postal Service. It's just so much easier for us to email you. Okay, so we do that now. And also, I have with me one of my former roommates. Yep. And he drove all the way from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. And I don't know if he has anything to say, but he's a former politician, so I don't know if he has anything to say, but I'll say that. Don't know if he has anything to say, but I'd like for him, because he's always asking me about the Eddie Jackson 220 quarterback club. What's going on here? So I'm always having to update him. He don't do emails, so I got to pick up the phone and call. But Casey, you want to have anything to say?
Thank you.
Good afternoon. Wasn't planning on getting up here, but I guess Selva said I used to be a politician, so it's kind of easy. But just got off the road, left Oklahoma City, and I bedded down in Pensacola where I could get here in about 4 hours. But you gain an hour coming from the central time zone to the eastern. And I wanted to be here every time I come to Tallahassee. I'm going to attend the 220. Eddie Jackson was a great, great man, great, great rattler. And I just want to say I appreciate it. I'm no more important than anybody else. I tell everybody all over the world, I love the Rattlers and Rattlers strike. Thank you.
Now, we have several people here as well. I know we sometime I call it I'm losing it. Lord, you and your group is here. I see several of you all in the audience. One of our great basketball players is here.
That's Wade Bellamy.
That's right. Wade Bellamy.
Hey, Selman,
Yes.
you supposed to say Ella first and then Lord.
Ella, that's right. It's supposed to be Ella, but I saw Lord first, and his name just hit me because it's Carl. So I'm sorry, Ella. So wait, and do we have your wife with us as well? Okay. Hello. How are you doing? We're glad to have you. Okay. Now, one of the things we do this at last. Great. Last.
No, you can do it.
Do it now. Okay. We had a fallen rattler. If you haven't heard about it, we had Craig
Gaines.
Craig Gaines. But we do. I'd like to just take a moment and drop your forks and just say, give us a brief silence.
Son of Roland Gaines.
Shh, we in the silence. Shh.
Okay, silent. Thank you. Thank you. I was reminded by Miss Leela Walker. Okay. Craig is the son of our, I think, it's, I know he's the son of Roland Gaines, but Johnny Gaines, Johnny Niles. Okay, and he's also the wife of she's an AKA, but I know her, but I just can't remember the name. Beverly. Rebecca Hightower Gaines, the wife of Rebecca Hightower Gaines. Okay, thank you all. Okay, nobody said the color, but again, the announcer has just announced to me that the color is white. White. The color is white. Okay.
All right, thank you for that, Sylvan. Once again, just to fill in for who might not know, Trooper Craig Gaines took over from Dietrich McClellan. And so since Willie Simmons was here, those two were charged with their protection. All across the United States, no Division I head coach, and I think Division II as well, is to travel without a state trooper. And so Dietrich, as he was transitioning out, brought Craig along to assume the duties. And so Craig finished Willie's term. It was on the right-hand side of Coach Colzie. So we're going to keep him in our prayers. Craig is a great guy. As we said, Ms. Johnny Niles and Roland Gaines and his wife, Rebecca, and the whole family, we keep them all in prayer. The service is Monday, at 10 a.m. at Restoration Place, Tallahassee. So we want to pay respects there. And also, Selman, you said everybody, but you didn't say my wife. I want to recognize my wife. Thais is here. Now, if y'all wanted to see something funny at the AKA Western Dance with my wife and Miss Hadley, they were just too much. Too much. But we were guests of theirs and we had a great time. So we've been invited back, yeah. And we said his name, but I gotta say it right because his jersey is hanging in the rafters in the Lawson Center. So you don't just run past that. Wade Bellamy, the all-time leading scorer in FAMU history. How you doing, sir? All right. And I gotta send a special shout out to somebody who does exceptional. Lloyd and Ella help out any cause by Orange and Green. So they made a great assist to the FAMU Sports Hall of Fame for this year. We thank you all for that. That's a Rattler spirit. And you know how you go everywhere and you see a Rattler, even places you don't think you're gonna see a Rattler? Well, a few years ago, the football team went to Oklahoma. Norman, Oklahoma. And who was there? Well, Mr. Cox. He showed us a good time and told us about all the restaurants, and Joe Bullock could attest, he was Mr. Oklahoma. Now, you couldn't walk nowhere with him because everybody knew him, so you weren't gonna get where you were trying to go. But thank you, and he doesn't fly, so he drove. So thank you for being here with us today. It does mean a lot.
Let me know.
He said he hoped the team come back to Oklahoma. If we do, I'm going, because that steakhouse you sent us to? Yeah. Again, we're playing Alabama State Saturday at 3. The game is on HBCU Go. Of course, the voice of the Marching 100 is here, Joe Bullard, and we want to send condolences to Joe for losing his family member from Jacksonville, his brother-in-law, his brother, recently passed over the weekend. So we send our prayers with you, brother. Safe travels on the road. So anyway, we got a game this week. Hold on. So y'all didn't get to see these because they sold out. So, oh, that's the wrong one. Hold on. This is the other side. Rattlers in this house. And it says, go Rattlers on the other side. So we're about sold out. I don't see about 2 or 3 over there. You may be able to check on the way out to see what we got left. But how many people are interested in us getting some more of these signs? Might want to buy some next week. I think we need to do a similar order for next week, Dr. Jackson. Okay, we'll have you all taken care of. All right. Without further ado, we'd like to bring up the head coach of the Florida A&M University Rattlers, James Colzie III.
Good afternoon. Mr. Vaughn, I might want a couple of those my darn self. If that's what, put them in my office. If that's okay.
Yes, sir.
There you go. I got a kind of big office. I can put them on both sides. I mean, more than one might be the best thing to say. Just want to continue to send out the thoughts and prayers. Trooper Gaines and his family. For every game, you know, obviously for my second year here, we always used to pound each other. And he said, I got you, coach. And I would always tell him, I said, I hope you don't need to get me. Because if you need to get me, that means something's up. But yes, thoughts and prayers, and I'll try to make sure we have as many players as we can there have on Sunday, but also for the service on Monday. couple other house cleaning items. Coach Hubbard, our Gridiron Greats for this weekend. We're going to celebrate Coach Hubbard and a bunch of his former players this Saturday. Had the opportunity to shoot his media commercial and things of that nature. We shot it yesterday. Extremely excited and eager to make sure we have some of his former players. Obviously, the Albany State game, we were able to bring in some of Coach Gaither's former players. But this weekend, we're going to have a tribute for Coach Hubbard and his group. So looks like the list is growing. Correct me if I'm wrong. Looks like the list is growing, and that's always a plus. And just want to make sure we do our due diligence to honor all the things that Coach Hubbard and his players have done for Florida A&M. October 11th, we will be celebrating Coach Ken Riley's players, and then on November 1st, we'll be celebrating Coach Billy Joe's players. I reiterate, I think we said that the color is going to be white for this Saturday, 3:00 start against Alabama State. We are going to be on the correct side this time. It's supposed to be a warm one, but it is. We will be on our side as they will be on the other side. So, but that's where we're at. Obviously, having our bye last week, we practiced last week. We went Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and the night after that, thought it was in our best interest to recruit the entire state of Florida. Every coach was out, in all from Jacksonville to South to Miami to West Palm Beach to Naples to Tampa, Pensacola. Just thought it was extremely important for us to make sure we hit all areas of the state. And we were able to send 2 other coaches out to Kansas to visit some of the JUCOs there, and then we had one of our other coaches head out to Mississippi to visit the JUCOs there. Now, that was last week. This week, again, great practice this morning, and a great practice yesterday as well. But gearing up for our home opener, our SWAC home opener against a very, very good football team. I talked to the media this week. Just it's important to make sure we start 1-0. I think when you get yourself into the conference play, you do have that opportunity to kind of maybe forget some of the things that may have happened. But for us, we want to win the SWAC. All right, and to win the SWAC, starting off 1-0 was extremely important against a good football team, against Alabama State, who they're going to do some talking. But and I know we'll be prepared for that. But the biggest thing that I think Coach Robinson told his football team, obviously our team being a very, very good football team, he's really, really worried about the home field advantage that we have. So y'all be y'all. I guess it's probably the best way to be. Well, probably the best way to say, because he's really, really worried about the home field, and that's obviously. I told our guys, I said, listen, I mean, our fans are the best in the country because of how we play at Bragg Stadium. It goes hand in hand, right? We got to play well for you guys to be really, really tough fans. So we're gonna make sure that happens this upcoming Saturday. So y'all continue to be supportive as you guys have been, and if you guys had the opportunity to go couple weeks ago or whatever it was, that last Saturday, that was probably one of the best home experiences that I've ever been. I know when the lights went off a little bit and all that, people started getting a little worried. I wasn't. I felt right at home, because when the lights go off, what that mean? What happened? We paid the bill, but when you score a touchdown, that's when the what? That's when the lights go. So we can get them lights going off every single time. That $33 that you were talking about that we have to get for every time we can score, that's a plus. But either way, again, SWAC opener, Alabama State, good football team. Obviously coming off a win, a much needed win for us. But having the ability to bring some of our guys back, get quite a few guys back from injury to help with us. We're not full throttle yet, but I do feel this will be our best team that we'll have out there this upcoming Saturday. Guys are excited. They understand what's at stake. Playing at home, opening the SWAC play. Looking forward to any questions you guys may have as we go through this week.
I got a comment.
Can you wait to the end, or you need to hit me with it right now?
Minutes.
Yes, ma'am.
All 60 minutes. Not half.
Thank you.
Now, Vaughn, she don't need no mic.
Not half. not half.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Mhm.
From the first kickoff till the clock says 0-0-0 into the locker room. That's how y'all need to play.
Yep.
All the way. Don't give me no headache. Now, let me drop a little something on you. Mr. Quinn, last week, or last, and I hope he's listening. He said, he told his defense that if the lights go out one time, they were gonna have to run all week. I hope they still running. Because the lights went out on him.
They did. They did. Offense played well. Obviously we made a couple of changes throughout the game, just trying to continue to develop that rhythm offensively. It was really, really good to see Chet and RJ play really, really well. But, offense is about putting points on the board, but getting in the end zone. And obviously putting 33 points on the board got us over the top. So, but the 60 minutes obviously extremely important. Got to make sure we continue to do that.
Coach,
Yes, sir.
the quarterback change at halftime.
Mhm.
Yeah, what about it, Ms. Hadley say? No, I was just wondering, why did we make the change at halftime?
What change? What do you mean? What
Didn't
change?
we have the quarterback change at halftime?
No, remember we started with RJ. He went the first two series. Chet went the next two. I made a decision to go with RJ the third quarter.
The third quarter.
Yes, sir.
Okay, see, I didn't see the first two series.
Yeah, no, RJ started. We went down there. I think we kicked the field goal either in that first drive or the second drive. We did stall his next drive. Jet went out there. I want to say he was either the third. Yeah, he went out there the third series. That was our plan from the get-go, was him to get the third series. So he went the third and the fourth. But on the fifth series, it was actually going to be a 2-minute drill. So we decided to keep Jet out there. We didn't get anything out of it. So we went in at halftime, kind of look at the numbers, see how the offense was working. And then ultimately I decided to go with RJ right in the third quarter. And then, that first play of the third quarter, I thought we hit it right after that. But we played pretty well after that.
So will we see two this? Well, don't answer. Do not answer. The possibility.
Well, both, we have that luxury right now. Both guys are playing well. I think that the opportunity may arise where that may happen. But, I think at the end of the day, we want to try to keep everything close to the chest as far as what we're going to be doing this upcoming Saturday. That's a great question.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Hold on, wait for the mic.
Yes, Coach.
Hey, boss, how are you, man?
All right, good luck to you there. I know you're going to do well this weekend. We're
Thank
going to
you,
be
sir.
there backing you one way or the other.
Thank you.
All right, question. Alabama State quarterback.
Yes, sir.
Andrew Bodie.
Yes, sir.
He seems to be all they talk about. And in the records show why. The stats show why.
Mhm.
Now, he's All-American quarterback or whatever, but he runs a 4.9 or 5 in the 40. Are you going to place one of those sub-4 guys on our team to spot him the whole game?
Well, I'll say this. You can't ask me schematic questions. I mean, but what I'll say is this. I mean, you are exactly right. He's what he's shown over the first 3 games. He's done a really, really good job to ignite their offense. If you look at Alabama State over the years, they've always been very, very good on defense and have might have struggled on offense. Right. Last year, he had a great game to open the season, then he got hurt. Right. And so technically, he wasn't really supposed to be here this year, but medical wise, he was able to get a red shirt. And as you mentioned, he's been talked about a lot in our offices. He's been talked about a lot as well. He's got them going really, really well. They're playing doing some really, really good things on offense. To answer your question, if we don't try to contain him, it could be a tough day. All right. So he's circled on our scouting report as a guy that we have to make sure that we have to account for and be ready for. Whether he wants to throw it or run the ball, he's had success. So defensively, we're gonna have to mix up some things. And when I make some calls, I'm gonna have to mix up some things as well as far as what we're trying to do to him. But we gotta contain him, because if we don't contain him, they're very, very good on offense.
One other question, because I think last week I was looking at it, he was almost perfect in his passing. And if you look at RJ was almost perfect in his passing last week also, because we had wide receiver that missed 4 balls.
I'm
I'm
glad
the
you
wide receiver
counted.
touch your hand, you catch the ball.
I'm glad you counted. Yes,
Now,
sir.
he could have been a 90%. He was 17 for 22. If we'd caught those 4, he'd have been 21 for 22. So, we're gonna tighten up on our wide receivers.
Yes, sir. I mean, it goes hand in hand, right? Sometimes the throw might not be perfect, right? So that wide receiver has to do what? Make up for him. And so, and that's, we know how big drops are. I think over the last, our first 3 games, we've had some pretty major, some drops that could have led to some points. But I have confidence in Coach Jeffries. I still think we got a very, very good wide receiver room, and they've been working their tail off to try to make sure that those drops are limited. But for the most part, not just RJ. I think RJ and Jed have done a good job of putting the ball in the right spots. Right, we had 1 turnover offensively right now. Last year at this time, our conversation about turnovers was pretty rampant. And the turnover that we did have was another drop by a wide receiver. So we're taking care of the football. I think the quarterbacks, even though the youth, they may show at times, they're still getting the ball to the receivers in a spot where they can catch it. But sometimes those wide receivers got to make sure they take care of the quarterbacks, just like the quarterbacks are taking care of them.
All right, Coach.
Yes, sir.
2-part question.
Now, sometimes when you ask 2 parts, they don't really let you get to the second part. So you better ask at the same time. So go ahead.
All right, well, in a game, one of my things is that, when you got more on your side, why can't we keep it going? Let's call it 2 plays in the huddle or whatever, or either call the same play over again, when you got a team on balance.
When you talk about when we have momentum, when we have some momentum,
Yes, sir.
why aren't we doing some tempo or stuff like that?
Yeah,
Well, sometimes you can't show everything that you may want to do.
all right. Okay, the second question. You said that we got some players coming back.
Yes, sir.
If Speedy coming back,
Speedy will be back. Great question. Speedy with Jalen Rogers will be back. Cam Donald will be back. Terry Kinsley will be back. Cody Lawrence will be back. Ace Cobb is finally getting himself where he needs to get to. Bo Somerset will be back. 2 offensive linemen will be back. So, I mean, y'all have been here. I'm not a big fan of excuses. We got to go with who's out there. But there's a lot of people that are going to be back for us this upcoming Saturday, to answer your question. Now, it's just not just Speedy. I mean, we've been missing about 4 or 5 starters on both sides of the football. And Chase Lloyd, who hasn't played all year, he's a starting safety for us. He'll be back. So a lot of our guys will be back.
Hey, Coach.
Yes, sir.
You know what they worry about the other.
I know.
You
worry about the DBs, aren't you?
That's it. I don't worry about the other team. I worry about our team. What we
Yes,
don't
sir.
do.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I just noticed that when you have a running game, why is our alignment so close together and then our offensive alignment so close?
I think they're just trying to eliminate gaps. I think sometimes you tip your hand with how our offensive linemen may line up. But schematically, sometimes it's needed when they're working that duo, right? They got to get 2 guys on one and then lead up to the linebackers. But I think Coach Williams, for the most part, doing a great job with our offensive line. But I mean, you're keen on it. You just hope
Yes.
that it's not tipping what else we may be doing. Sometimes the splits got to change, right? Sometimes the splits do have to change. You just hope that we're not tipping some of the things we may be doing.
Yeah, but when they're so close together, you guard and tackle all close together. That's giving defensive end come right in, but be spread a little bit.
It shortens the what? It shortens the edge.
Right.
You're absolutely right.
Yes, that's what I was wondering. That's it.
Yes, sir.
But keep the good work. I'm
Thank you,
worried
sir.
about what we don't do.
That's the biggest thing for us. But we can't worry about what they do. We got to take care of ourselves.
Take care of ourselves.
Yes, sir.
Coach, online, a question about have we worked on protection for our kicks? We've had a lot of kicks blocked.
We did a great job in punt. The last time we went out there, I know my special teams corner was a little bit mad at me, but we had to fix it, and looks like we got it fixed. So, one more, and then we come to you. What's up, boss? How you doing, man?
Fine. How you doing, Coach?
Good to see you, man.
Good to see you as well. What's your sense of how motivated the coaching staff is, and also the players, particularly the players, in terms of how big this game is, and as they go into conference play?
Well, I think
it takes a very highly motivated team.
Well,
and
I
coaching
think
staff to really get out there and get on it and meet the challenges that they're going to be facing.
Well, I think they understand the importance of, just because it's the first game of SWAC, but also understanding the significance of Alabama State. Because if you historically, well, I would just say the last 4 years, right? The last 3 or 4 years against this football team, the game's always been close. It's been a defensive battle. You know, it's gone to the fourth quarter, regardless of whether we wanted it to go there or not. So, you know, just you look at the film, right, and look at who they're playing, who they have as well. Understand, hey, you know, we know we have to be at our best. So I mean, our staff understands it. They've been in the conference. You know, I've been in the conference. All of our coaches have been within the conference and understand what Alabama State has been about the last 3 or 4 years. But then on top of that, being at home, making sure that we can go 1-0 in the SWAC, right? So we see it and understand it. Our players are the ones, you know, some of our new guys, they may not understand what FAMU and Alabama State's all about. So we've continued, like I like this for this morning, I show my DBs, I showed them the game. I showed them a little bit of the game from last year, just so they can understand how intense this game's going to be, the hits that's going to happen. We even showed them how much Alabama State's going to talk, you know, just so they can see, hey, be prepared for it. They're going to talk. That's what they do. That's how they are, and we understand that. But I think as the game can continue to get closer, as a staff, we're going to continue just to push to them. Now, we can't make it think like it's impossible. Yes, it's a big game. We're playing at home. We're playing a conference foe. They all understand that, but we still have to play well. Right? We can't get too hyped and forget our assignments. We got to still do our job. We got to execute. We got to communicate properly. We got to line up properly. We got to finish tackles when need be. Those are all things that we would have to do every single week, regardless of who we're playing. So, great question.
Coach,
Yes.
what grade would you give yourself based on the team performance thus far?
C minus.
C minus?
Yeah.
I got you a B plus.
Nah, C minus. I mean, I mean, not looking back, but we should have beat Howard. And you know, and I think at the end of the day, right now, 1 and 2 is not acceptable. I thought at the most we should be 2 and 1. You know, obviously having to play FAU, but I'm being realistic, right? I mean, I thought we had a game that we left behind. You know what I mean? So that's me. I mean, so C minus. I mean, I might have got an A and I might have passed English, but I wouldn't have been, you know, I wouldn't have been summa cum laude either.
Coach,
Hold on, does somebody have the mic? Somebody got the mic. Somebody got the mic.
Coach,
Hello.
I'm so happy that Dad was there to see you
Yeah.
with your first win. You know, you're my brother.
Thank you.
I wanted to tell you, I was watching the Cowboys, and Miss Jackson and I was talking about this. The Cowboys and the
Are they a good example to use?
Bear, huh?
Are the Cowboys a good example to use right now?
Well,
I'm sorry for any Cowboy fans
I'm
in here,
just saying, I'm
Okay.
a Cowboys fan.
all right.
I had a brother to play for. I had a brother to play for the Cowboys, and I had a uncle to play for the Bears. So I watched that game, and I noticed, Miss Jackson and I was talking. I noticed that the quarterbacks, hello, you know what we had? 2 quarterbacks and 2 coaches. That they had a lot of, what you call that, fake throws. Like the receiver was going one way and another receiver another way, but he would fake it and go to the other receiver.
Pump fake.
I love that.
Okay. See,
We need to do that.
The guy who's making $50 million, that Prescott, right? He better pump and look away. He needs to do more of that, I think. You're right. You're right.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is not so much of a question as a conscientious and awareness raiser. And I know that you all are on it. 3 o'clock is going to be extremely hot.
Yes, ma'am.
So we got to make sure our players are fueling their bodies and not cramping up, because they are going to get hit.
Yes.
But they can help the cramps if they make sure they consume the right of hydration.
Yes.
So just making sure you know you have
Well,
everybody monitoring that.
Believe it or not, we started Monday to get ready for Saturday. You know, it's you know, again, now you gotta understand, we're used to this. 3 o'clock in the afternoon, that's when we used to go outside and play, right? So that's a benefit for us. We practiced in this weather for this type of reason. You know, I think we'll be well conditioned and ready to go. We should be on the shade side as well. So you know, this is why you play at home. You get some of the advantages, but we do need, and we've done it. We talk about taking care of their bodies, talking about getting ready early, and they've been doing that.
Vaughn.
Just want to make one comment. It was not FAMU Athletics' choice to have the game at 3 o'clock.
No.
It's part of the deal with HBCU Go and the SWAC. So FAMU did not choose to put us in that heat, but it's part of the conference affiliation and the media rights of the conference.
Well, and just to piggyback on Vaughn, I mean, believe it or not, every game was supposed to be at night, right? But the fact that as much as they want to put FAMU on TV, and as much as we want to be on TV, and as good as we've been playing over the last few years, this is the primary reason is for that. We've been good. It's going to be a big time football game, big time environment, and the TV slot is 3 o'clock, right, Vaughn? So either we take this TV slot or the TV slot takes it to us. so that's where it was. So.
Okay, I have one announcement to make. If you didn't pick up your Rattler booster tag, we have them here today. So please stop by and see Bill Woods, and he'll make sure that you get your tags. Okay. I got one other question, and then I'll come back.
Yes, sir.
Coach, in watching our team players, our defensive backs especially, noticed that the last game, a lot of time I played 2 years of high school football. I ain't played no college. Mm-hmm. But we were taught to wrap up, and I noticed everybody want to block people down. I noticed that in pro, and I noticed a lot of big college games on the weekend, everybody want to block you down instead of wrap up and tackle you. Have we been working on that? And I noticed we did the last game.
Well, I think and there's, again, no excuses here. You don't get the opportunity to take your offensive players to the ground as much as you would like during the week. You know, back in the day, we could bring it to the ground all the time. But now it's more technique based because you don't want to bring Thad Franklin to the ground, but the possibility of him maybe getting hurt, right? So you gotta practice that more and more. So we've been doing it more with our scout team guys, more so. Not to say our scout team guys aren't important, but you just don't get a chance to bring them to the ground all the time like you would like. So having to work that doing our team scouts, that was one of our points of emphasis in the bye week and this week, making sure we get these guys to the ground. Because Alabama State's the same way. I mean, they got some guys that can run around, and we got to get them on the ground. Because if you don't get them on the ground, they're gonna keep running.
Okay,
There's one more question online. Will we be wearing the green uniforms with the white helmets?
I have no. I don't think it was white. Don't. Yeah, we believe it or not, we have it already scheduled out for the whole year. But I don't think it was that. How important does that person want to know? Because I can text you later on today. I can text you later on today. I can find out.
Larry, 2 o'clock when the gates open, you can find out what uniforms we got.
I mean, I'll text you if I'll text you on it, because I mean, believe they just so y'all know, we set the uniform schedule in the summer, and it's been set. I'll text you what it is, Vaughn.
Okay.
If it's just so you know.
Okay, we don't want to leave here without the announcer, the one and only.
There you go. I see him.
But before he comes up, it's very important that you give us, the Rattler Boosters, your email address.
Okay.
Your phone number, cell phone number preferably. And Bill, I think that was all I had to say. I said everything else. Right, Bill? Yeah. Okay, Bill, okay. The one and only now.
I'm his press agent and I have all the information, just see me. And Coach, I see you have a assistant coach over there, that Noble Knight over there. So just in case you need him on the sideline. And let everybody know that Alabama State has a secret weapon. The honeybees are coming. And I've already contacted the maintenance department, so we'll be able to play after halftime. But all in all, I have a question that's not pertaining to the coach, so let's hear it for our coach. And the game for this weekend.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Question for you, by way of Roy Moore, who was unable to join us. His question is, not enough seats in the end zone and going into gate number 1, but having to come into gate number 8 to get to the end zone. He needed an answer on that.
That'll be a Travis question.
You have it?
Do you want it?
Thanks, everybody. See everybody Saturday.
All right, thank you, Coach. We look forward to it. You know, after last year's game, let me tell you how important this game is to Alabama State. Last year, they scheduled us for homecoming. And because we traveled up there, it was the biggest crowd at that field, like 33,000, the biggest crowd in the history of Alabama State. And we beat them on their homecoming. So you know how they are coming in to brag. They're going to treat it like it was our homecoming. But one thing about when you come to brag, you better bring it. So we need our fans to bring it. We need the Marching 100 to bring it. We need the hard charging linebackers and the hard charging running backs to bring it. Coach, we need y'all to bring it with the strategy. And it'll be just dark enough at the end. We'll play around with the lights at the end. All right. Once again, thank you all for joining us. Don't forget, next week we will have more of the yard signs. Wilma, are we still taking orders for polos? All right, we're going to do another order of 220 Quarterback Club polos. If you want to get one, please see Wilma in the back. We will have signs next week. Make sure you stop by Colonel Joe's thrift shop over here to support the Rattler Boosters. And if you haven't, make sure you join the Rattler Boosters. It's very, very important that we continue to support our student athletes. And I'm gonna make one statement. I'm gonna make sure the basket, this basket is worth over $400. It's only $10, much better odds than the lottery that you can win this nice basket. Mr. Cox said he wants some tickets. So I just want to leave this message with all of us in here. As we go about what we're doing to raise money for FAMU athletics and to forward our athletic programs. Sam Dixie and I happened to go to the Tallahassee Quarterback Club last night to support Willie Simmons. And Willie said something, and he put it in a way that I had never heard it said. We talk about NIL, and a lot of people don't know what NIL is. But it's running, some people say ruining, college football, as well as the transfer portal. Coach Simmons said it this way last night, and I knew it existed like that, but this is what he said. He said he brings in an athlete from high school. Most freshmen sit out, so they sit out. Sophomore, he gets in there and he starts playing well. And all of those big schools are eyeing those athletes. So he, as a coach and a coaching staff, before they can go recruit the next class of high school players, they have to re-recruit their own players. Never heard it like that. That was a brilliant way to put it. But he says they go to athletes' houses and sit with the family before they come to college. But once that player starts showing promise, they got to have those same conversations with the parents again. What am I saying? Our level of support has to be able to support those extra trips and those extra visits. There are some players that are not here this year that we probably could have used. That's just how the portal turns, I should say, and how NIL turns. So we need to be cognizant of that in here and with everyone else. When they're wondering why we need support, and we're always, somebody say I'm on here every Wednesday begging for money. Well, if that's what you want to call what I'm trying to do for FAMU, call it that. I'm on here every Wednesday begging for money so that our programs could be better. Jarvis?
And one player on that team, I can't forget the name, Johnny Chaney Jr. Johnny Chaney Jr. You remember he was our #1 linebacker last year. So Willie Simmons was able to get him to come down FIU, so he knows that quarter very well. When he had one of our best players comes out there.
And so for those online who couldn't hear what he was saying, when Bethune played FIU, a lot of us went down to that game because it was the day before the Florida Orange Blossom Classic. One of our leading players, all SWAC players, Johnny Chaney, who used to be our starting linebacker, he actually went to Jackson State. Dion brought him out there, but he is now the leading tackler on FIU. So the days of you seeing an athlete for 4 years at a school is literally non-existent unless they're like a legacy. And even that's difficult now. But we want everybody to keep supporting our Rattlers. FAMU Sports Hall of Fame is Friday. There's also a volleyball game Friday. FAMU plays Jackson State 7 o'clock Friday night at the Lawson Center. And I just want to say one thing that Charlie said last week. I happened to walk by the basketball team yesterday. And I'm 6'3.5", and I was doing this. And then the 7'4" guy came by. I said, "What's up?" He said, "What's up?" So Charlie was not exaggerating about how big his team is. We got some big guys. The 6'10" guys and the 7'4", they transferred from Florida State. He can play. He's not a project at all. So basketball will be looking good. Next week, we're going to have Coach Bridget Gordon. And is next week the ticket office, Dr. Jackson? Yes, next week we will have the ticket office here. And we're going to send it in the email. We want everybody here next week to wear pink. Okay? We're going to remind you, we want everyone to wear pink. And it's also, September is prostate cancer awareness. Guys, they got different tests now. You don't have to do it the old way. Just get it done. Get checked. And October is Breast Cancer Awareness Week, so we're going to honor Regina Battle, our ticket office manager, and bring her and her staff here. We need to love on Regina. She came back in a big way, and she's been a big asset to FAMU, and we really appreciate what she's done, and this is her last year. She came on. She stayed one more year for us to make sure we were straight, so we're going to honor her next week. So we're going to send that out. We're going to want everybody to bring us some flowers. We look for the email. We'll send it out early. We'll send it out Monday because we want to shower Regina when she comes here next week for her dedicated service for all those years, as well as wear the pink to celebrate her for her battle with breast cancer. All right? Don't forget, these are the signs. They'll be on sale next week.
No.
Some are double-sided.
No, you're right. You're right. Self.
If anybody here is, oh, wait a minute, before we go, everybody stay one quick second. Thank you all for joining us online. I got some internal housekeeping real quick.